Hi, my name is Rishi, and I would like to show you how you could use a NetBox add-on to easily sync your data from LibreNMS into NetBox. So this is my NetBox instance with 3 devices that I have previously added with all the information. I'm going to show you how to use the add-on, as well as I'm going to show you a Python script that I created to automate the add-on to do the same tasks you would typically do manually. So this is the GitHub for Bonzo81 for the plugin that you would install into your NetBox instance. The one thing I would mention when you're installing it would be to add this custom field. It's going to be very helpful when syncing devices from LibreNMS to NetBox. And then in this, I'll post this link in the description. It gives you the instructions how to install the plugin in your environment. So this is my NetBox instance. If I go to plugins, server settings, this is my plugin. This is my LibreNMS URL. I could test the connection here and it's successful. If I go to customization, custom fields, this is a custom field that he said to create. I've went ahead and deleted my device in NetBox just to show you how the add-on works. So I'm going to first add my device. This is my device name. It has to match the system name. Role is switch, device type is my hardware. Site, New York. Platform, not mandatory, but I'm still going to put it in. Also, we need the LibreNMS ID. This is the custom field that we needed to create. So you will get this from your LibreNMS instance. Site A is 3. Create. So once you create it, there'll be a link that will say LibreNMS Sync. This is your add-on. The most important part here, it will say status found in LibreNMS, so that's good. We could proceed. If I refresh interfaces, it's going to pull all the interfaces from LibreNMS. I want to see all my interfaces, so I have 61. I'm going to sync. I'm going to do the same for cables and IP addresses. Cables, refresh, check, sync, and then IP address, refresh, sync. And in this case, I'm going to mark this IP address as my primary IP. I'm going to go back to the switch. So now on the interfaces, all the interfaces are imported, as well as the connections, as well as my IP address, the management IP address for the switch. So this is my Python script called manual sync.py. This script is specific to my environment where I'm using a NetBox MCP. I will make a change when I publish this to GitHub. I'll put the link in the description to make it standalone because I am using my NetBox MCP URL in addition to my regular NetBox URL. So these are the variables. These are all the functions. The most important parts for this are, so this script runs per site. So I'm able to control which site updating the interfaces for the devices. So in this case, I'm pulling information for the 2 sites that I have. So it's only 3 devices, Winchester and New York. And then I'm only looking for devices with the role that is a switch. So before I could run the script, I need to first add the device into NetBox. So if you have 50 or 100 devices, you would just use the import tool to bulk import those devices. In this case, since I only have one, I'm just going to re-add it manually again. Create, have the button, it's synced. Okay, so now in this case, I'm not going to click the refresh for all 3 tabs. It's supposed to do it automatically. So I'm going to run this from inside my container. Start with, it's going to start here. So it's syncing the interfaces. It's doing the refresh of the interfaces. It's going to look, so it only, on NetBox, it only does the first, I believe, 50 entries, and you have to click next to go to the next page. So it's going through the different pages. So it found on 50, and then on the next page it found 11. On the third page there were none, so it didn't keep going in a loop, so it stopped. So here it's syncing the cables. Found 2 cables. Here it's triggering the IP address. It found 1 IP address. And then the last part was to set that IP address as the primary. So here, setting the IP address as the primary, successful, and then completed. So now if I go back to my instance, refresh, now I have the interface tab. So if I go to interfaces, let's show all interfaces. So I have all 61 interfaces listed here. It also shows my cable that was created, and it shows IP address for the device. And if I click on it, it is set as the primary IP. I hope you found this video helpful. I know when I first found the add-on, I was pretty excited. And then when I was able to automate it, that saved a lot of time to get a lot of devices into NetBox and without any errors. So my next video, I'm going to look into how I can get the VLAN information, some other information from the switch into NetBox that will automatically sync at a certain interval. This is part of a bigger picture of using AI, DevOps to have your source of truth in an existing environment, meaning that you have an environment right now, you would like to use NetBox as your source of truth, but how do you get your devices into NetBox at the same time get NetBox to sync with all the devices that are out there while you transition to NetBox being the place that you make changes in your network. So I'll see you guys on the next one.